Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start with a caveat or an appeal or a request. I'll be very random despite having a clubbing of about 10 slides. And idea is to just leave certain points for ponder in case you do consider them even marginally intellectually stimulating. I'm not here to suggest any solutions or frameworks or how technology can come in and solve our problems. So please bear with me if I'm random in my trying to cover issues on intelligence, communication, security, disaster, and capacity. That mean, of course. But normally I run into this. So when you get up to speak, normally you run into these issues where when I read this topic, something hit me. Is safety and security the same thing? Does security draw from safety? Are they two things which are different from each other? Are they conjoined? Honestly, I didn't get an answer because it was too fuzzy. So I just picked up the Wikipedia definition and tried to put it in my way here. Because safety to me was what it also said. I need to be protected. Whereas security is a definition of that protection. And another interesting thing which I noticed was, when you talk of security, which all of us are aware of, it's only as strong as the weakest link. I don't think I could at least define any security aspect which doesn't have a human element in it, because only then we get interested. And the moment you get a human element, I think that element becomes the most critical in defining how secure your security link or your security connotation is. And obviously, if I'm the defender, I have to run everywhere. I have to cover all the points. But as an attacker, I need to only identify one. And that's where the innovativeness of a criminal mind, when it comes to attacking security, whether from city point of view or from civilization point of view or from a habitation point of view or from pure play technology architecture perspective comes in. Obviously, this is a global truth that I'm stating, trying to appear intelligent, that globalization, digitization and dissemination of human knowledge, whether it is education, whether it is my routine existence, whether it is my work, whether it is my responsibility, whether it is our interaction in a domain, and it is entering unprecedented levels, which we saw shades of in everybody talking about data and data being relevant in data. So I normally run into these kind of issues. And I normally do this. If you see anything important, kindly tell me, because I'm dependent on internet despite being marginally qualified to actually use it. Trends in current security from technology perspective, as we all know, more and more information is getting digitized. It's an ideal target, because rather than focusing on the society, let me focus on this, because society is depending on technology more and more. And based on that focus, the numbers and sophistication of my security attacks are increasing. There are new threats, new vulnerabilities. As a defender, it's difficult for me to map. And it's a perpetual challenge to keep analyzing and trying to stay along or ahead. And of course, we need to protect information end to end. Now coming to the same slide which I started with, I just had these 5 points. To me, CCTNS and NatGrid and such initiatives honestly are not about debating and trying to plug technology. I'm sure when you engage with industry in general, or with a specific player like with Wipro in this case, who are doing the software for the CCTNS, you will be able to plug technology with the latest possible solutions. I think the issue lies in capacity building and change management, because any such project is society oriented and I am the end user. So the way a citizen interfaces with you as a human being, or the way an internal stakeholder, whether the government entity or the constable out in the field interacts, that's where I think the crux of success of these things, even from security perspective, lies. On secure communication systems, enough has been said about integrated availability of communication. It has to be scalable so that additional headquarter or additional force can come and get deployed. And obviously, Tetra has been mentioned time and again. We have to be secure in real time. Cybersecurity, to me, I'll just show a slide after this, which is a very interesting news item of day before yesterday, or I think last morning. It's the 5th dimension of national security, after land, air, sea, and space. So all that I'm trying to say here is that the environment is quite sensitized, and you'll get a sense of that from the next slide. And that's the level at which I would like to request the environment to treat cybersecurity, where each small little component, which we are trying to integrate in a bigger whole, can become the weakest link. On disaster management, I, by virtue of my background and recently in my new assignment with TCS, have had exhaustive engagement with NDMA and NIDM. I think they are on the right track and they are doing very good progress on taking technology in to map the resources, to reach out and enhance the public awareness, and to make this happen. On capacity building, I would like to leave only one thought. We have to have a long-term view, and obviously it has to be multi-pronged. And capacity building cannot be only focused on people who have to consider, design, and deliver the project. It has to look at the entire ecosystem. And in addition to that, we also need to understand as a government, what models are you trying to look at? Whatever projects that government is trying to design and deliver, CCTNS, NatGrid, Agri, Post, are you expecting your internal employees to be enabled through capacity building to be able to take on these additional skill requirements? Are you trying to do it over a period of time, or are you in a sustained manner going to depend upon external outsourcing where industry comes in? This is that news item I was talking about. Government planning IT infrastructure set up to hack hostile nations' information systems. This is Economic Times, I think last morning or day before yesterday. And so that's the kind of concern. And the last year 600 computers belonging to MEA were hacked allegedly by Chinese groups, and the same concern is being also shown by Western countries. On disaster management, I just wanted to give a glimpse of one exposure that the organization I'm working with now has. On tsunami reporting, this is a project with TCS has done with Inquise, which is Hyderabad based. All these bullets that you see, small little marks, are the locations from where data is picked up, and this data is aggregated. Basically, you have a network of sensors to detect tsunamis. There is software which does the back-end thing, and this is communicated in real-time basis to the environment. And this is the kind of communication a commoner or affected citizen gets. It's an email in case he's got that, or it is an SMS on the mobile. On capacity building, I've already made my suggestions that it has to be in to out and out to in and across the entire spectrum. So it's not only about IT, it's about the people on the street. And I don't think most of us give security much unless I'm in a jam, unless I'm somewhere where that blast occurred. And it's creativity, it's innovation and originality that a criminal has an edge over us. And that's exactly what we don't normally employ. We are too straitjacketed in our approach towards finding solutions. And I personally believe that each one of us has our own sense of insecurity. So it's about a perception, it's not a single truth. And the solution lies in the user domain, in the change management and capacity building, rather than in technology domain. Thank you.